What's up, peoples? It's Gendo here. Welcome back to the Basque Boys, and we cannot waste time. We have 3 matches to play in this episode, and potentially, within those 3 episodes, we could win the La Liga title. Let's take a look and see how we have fared over the last 6 league matches to see why this is warranted. And since our last episode, which saw us lose to Tottenham and get knocked out of the Champions League, it's been nothing but undefeated, smooth sailing along the way, as our only non-win was a draw versus Atletico Madrid. A 1-1 draw where Xavi was the only goal scorer on our side to put that score at the final score. But outside of that, nothing but green as far as the eye can see. Wins versus Getafe, Espanyol, Deportivo Celta, and Almeria, but not without their controversy and not without their struggles. Getafe, Espanyol especially, the more difficult ones, because yes, we did win, but the more possession, the more shots were on the opponent's side. We did not come away looking very strong, but we were able to get the win nonetheless. And in fact, versus Almeria, Asier Libre is the only goal scorer on this day, but that was his first goal in 9 league matches. He hadn't scored since, I believe, Valencia. Yeah, Valencia was the last time that he had scored in the league. He's gone off on a very, very unfortunate goal-scoring drought. Hopefully in these last 3 matches versus Elche, Levante, and Rayo, he can turn on the Jets and he can get himself back to his goal-scoring ways. So without further ado, let's get into Elche. And where's that undefeated run put us? Well, that puts us into 2nd place, just 3 points behind Barcelona. We've secured Champions League football for the next season, and we're currently 6 points ahead of Real Madrid. So basically, if we win today, more than likely, we're going to stay at least 2nd for the rest of the season, but it all comes down to how well we do versus the last 3 opponents. Can we get ourselves a La Liga title? First and foremost, though, let's take a look and see what Barcelona's schedule is looking like going in. They got Villarreal, Sevilla, and Betis, but they also have Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey final, so that could take them out for maybe 1 or 2 of those matches. Who knows? But it's Barcelona. You figure that they have the depth and they have the skill that they can take it throughout all competitions, that they can do well throughout all competitions. So we're just going to focus on us. We're just going to focus on winning the 3 matches that are put in front of us, and if somehow we come away with a La Liga title, then so be it. If not, no big deal. Like I said, we're in the Champions League for next season. So let's get into that first match. And the first match, of course, sees us taking on Elche away from home. Elche currently sitting in 15th place. They're going to be coming out in a 4-2-3-1, and it looks like they're vulnerable to a 4-2-3-1 as well. So that's what we're going to be using today, and the lineup is going to be as follows. Kepa in net, Leque, Martinez, Laporte, Azpilicueta along the back line, Herrera, Marino sitting in the center of the park, Xavi and Chausti, Muniain sitting there in the attacking mid spot, Villalibre sitting up front. Yes, I know I'm not starting Iñaki Williams. He's going to come off the bench. Don't worry about it. He's going to get some game time. But anyway, like I said, it's just all about doing our job. Let's go out there. Let's kick some ass. Go kick off and see what happens. Also, one thing I just forgot to show you is that Pablo Hervias is back off of his injury, and he is on the bench. Could also potentially be coming into play. 26 minutes on now, first highlight of the match. Unfortunately, it is to Elche. They are coming forward. Kepa with the save, and that was Elche's first shot on target, the only 2nd shot of the day. We have had 9 and 3, so we have been peppering in front of Elche's net. It's just unfortunate we have not gotten any sort of goals yet. Elche still coming forward, though. Portillo on the edge. Calmera gets it inside, cleared away, and there is the clearance. Get it out, boys. There we go. 2 minutes left to go in this half. Inchausti lays it off to Herrera, passes it off to Leque, takes a shot. In you go. Leque cutting inside from his right back position, takes a shot. Inchausti has himself a damaged foot. I'll deal with that later, but in Leque getting himself his first goal in a long time. Nice passing off of a throw in just to start switching the pitch. Inchausti to Herrera. Leque, the only person on that side, cutting inside from his right back spot, shoots it to the far post, and it's 1-0 to the club right before halftime. And actually, we could get ourselves a second here. Inchausti still with his damaged foot, getting some free kick work in. Martinez to Muniain. Doesn't have a lot of space to maneuver the ball. Doesn't have a lot of space to maneuver the ball. Bad back pass, and Villalibre finally gets himself a 2-2 shot. 37th goal of the season for the lad. It's 2-0 to the club. 2 goals just 3 minutes apart from each other right before halftime. That's really got to put a damper in Elche's motivation, in Elche's feelings, whereas we're riding high. And like I said, just last time, Inchausti with a damaged foot, still putting up work. even with that damaged foot, free kicks and passes and whatnot, but I'm not going to take any more chances. Inchausti is going to come out. Muniain is going to take over that center mid role. Iñaki Williams is going to take over for him. See, I told you he would be coming in. But anyway, I'm very pleased with the performance. Nothing really more to say. We're absolutely dominating this match. Just keep it up for the next 45 minutes. They're starting to get some presence in the attacking zone. Takes it to the byline, takes a shot, and a cross in front of goal. Elche get themselves back into the match. It's now 2-1. Highlight directly from the kickoff now. Long ball up over top to Iñaki Williams. Finds Villalibre. Instant reply. Hashtag instant reply. We get ourselves that 2-goal lead once again. Villalibre getting himself his brace on the day. It's 3-1. Let's take a look at that again. Muniain. Look at that long pass up to Iñaki Williams. He's got the pace. He can actually reach that before it goes over the byline into Villalibre, marked by 2 guys. That's the type of striker that he is. He can get it done when he wants to. He can make those shots happen. But Elche, 5 minutes later now, coming forth again on an attack. Here's Arnaiz once again crossing it in to Alvaro Garcia. That's the same exact reason. That's the same exact goal they had their first time. And why don't we have anybody marking either of those players? Elche should not have gotten a single goal. They should not have gotten 2 goals. And Kepa needs to be doing so much better in front of net. He should have saved that. I mean, just keep it calm, Brian. You're winning. You got 14 minutes to go. But this is prime FM garbage time right now. So just keep it together. So I'm going to make my 2 final subs, both of them on the right side. Lekwe is going to be coming out for Uhia, and Shabby is going to make way for the returning Pablo Hervias just to get him some game time, get himself some match fitness back. Though it's 7 minutes left to go. Here comes Elche once again. It's off the post. Oh my lord, they're so close to getting themselves an equalizer right there. We need to come away with a win. Don't let them, just foul them. I don't care. Javi Martinez just going through a man. I don't care. Just don't let them score another goal. 2 minutes of stoppage time on the clock, but it's another attacking chance for Elche late in the game coming inside. Oh, what a clearance off the line. Oh, the Kepa was off of his line, but somebody was there just to get the ball out of the zone and helping us out, at least for the time being. There's still 1 minute left on the clock in stoppage time. Just punt the ball out. Time waste, boys. Just time waste. Muniain to Villalibre. There you go. Get it deep into their area. That helps too. Hervias coming on in his first game back after tearing his ACL or his Achilles tendon. I don't know what it was, but he gets his first goal back in 5 months. Pablo Hervias has put the game to bed, and that is a very, very celebratory man right there. He is a very happy man. And a very happy club and a very happy fan base right now, as we are going to be coming away with a solid victory. It looked very scary at that point in time, but 4-2 is the final. Athletic Club winning 1 out of 3. Good stuff, boys. A very good win there. And Barcelona, looks like Barcelona drew their early match, so now we're just 1 point behind Barcelona. 1 point behind Barcelona with 2 matches left to go. Inchausti is injured for how long? He's out for, well, we're going to leave it to physio. So he's going to be out for 12 days. He'll be out for the next match, but he should be back for the last match versus Rayo. So without further interruptions and interjections, let's just get right into the match versus Levante, second match of the day. Right, so now we're to the second match versus Levante, and we're the last match to play this match week. Everyone else played. Barcelona won their match in emphatic fashion, so they're now 4 points clear. If we win, we're just still going to be 1 point behind them, but going into the final match day, that's a prime place I want to be, and not even to 3 points back, because I don't even think we have the tiebreaker. But going up against Levante at home, we're going to swap back down to the 4-3-3 with the wingers and the defense and mid, mostly because that's, once again, their weakness. So not much has changed outside of personnel. Javi Martinez is coming in as the defensive mid, and Iñaki Williams is going to be the starting right winger. So outside of that, everyone else remains the same. So let's go kick off, do the business, and make it 2 wins out of 2. And it should be noted that all of these teams that we're facing in this episode are in the bottom half of the table, some even in the bottom 5. As you saw, Elche, they were in 15th place. Levante are currently in 18th. I think Rayo are 12th right now. So, yeah, bottom half of the table, and against a team that's seeing like us going after the title, some team that we really should be beating on this day. And that was an absolutely blinding deflection. Muniain taking a shot, bouncing off a defender's face into the back of the net. 5 minutes in, it's 1-0 to the club. Let's take a look at that again on the 3D replay. Marino, nice pass out to Muniain, takes a shot. I don't think he intended that because that would have gone well out of reach. That wouldn't have gone goalward at all, but the defender heading it into the back of the net, and we got ourselves a nice little 1-0 lead. Sometimes just gotta take the lucky bounces. That's all you gotta say. Anyway, now we got it back again. Marino to Muniain, out to Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta with a shot, and it just goes around the post. Goalkeeper with a great save there. Could have been 2-0 to the club, but we're still in an attacking chance. Herrera gets it inside and gets cleared away. Oh, San Jose missing that long outlet pass. Chavez one-on-one with the keeper. He's not going to miss many of those. The defensive line pushing so far up, and I'm not in a position where I should be having a high defensive line, but San Jose, you have a jumping reach of 17 and a heading of 15. How do you miss that? How do you miss that? Howler on one end, Howler on the other, and now right before halftime, we need to do something to get ourselves back into an advantageous position. Good interception, and it's 1 minute of stoppage time. Muniain, if you can just drive it through or at least pass it off to somebody that can get it through. Herrera gets it out to the wings to Williams, cross it in to Muniain, lays it off to Marino, and Mikel Marino puts us back in the lead right before halftime. It's only his 5th goal of the season. He's been more of a passer and assister than a scorer, but he helps us out today, getting us back into the lead, 2-1 to the club. That was great. That was some great vision from Muniain to lay it back off to Marino to get the open shot. But I'm just going to say I'm not happy with anybody's performance out there. Yes, we're winning, but you guys could be doing a lot better. They really could, especially San Jose. How the hell do you miss that header? We've also had 60% of the ball, which is very good. Muniain gets it inside. It's cleared out to Herrera. Is he going to take the shot? He does. Doesn't miss by much, but he probably would have been better laying it off to, say, Villalibre. Free kick on the other end. It's going wide. Oh, not by much, though. I was just about to say Kepa couldn't get his hand to it, but fortunately, it was a miss. All right, I'm going to do something that I might actually regret. Villalibre is not doing very well, so he is going to be coming out. Iñaki Williams can play the striker position, so I'm going to put him up there. Villalibre is going to be coming out for Shabby out on the wings, and that's going to be the only sub I'm going to make, though my wingbacks aren't looking very solid either. I might start subbing them out later in the game. But it's like Villalibre, yeah, Villalibre with that 9 matches in a row that he didn't score a single goal, I think that hurt his confidence for the rest of the season. He's only scored 2 since. And I'm just making my final 2 subs now. Alex Uhia is coming on for Inigo Lekwe, and Litton Jr. coming on for Ander Herrera, who just picked up a yellow card. Yes, I see Javi Martinez is there with a yellow, but I can't do much of anything about that anymore. Anyway, 8 minutes left to go in this match, and we are in the ascendancy. What a shot from Muniain, side of the D, and that's what I keep saying is that he is such a Jekyll and Hyde player. He can do very well for you, but at the same time, he can make some real boneheaded mistakes. But on this day, he comes away with 2 great visionary setups. One for the pass that sets up a goal for Marino, and now this goal right here, side of the D, that is assuredly going to put us through with a win and keep us within 1 point of Barcelona going into the final match day. Free kick, top of the box, it's over the bar, and that's the final kick of the game. 3-1 to the club. Great stuff, great times for the players. It did start off a little slow. Mikel San Jose, looking a little shaky there at the very end of the match, especially with that missed header. But overall, a 3-1 victory. It's a victory. I don't care. And like I said, that puts us within 1 of Barcelona once again, coming down to the final match day. I mean, Mikel Marino has been doing absolutely spiffingly for these past few games, and he, of course, deserves all of my praise. And I'd like to show you some mid-roll stuff because, well, I'd like to show you what's going on behind the scenes, but right now there really isn't anything going on behind the scenes. It's just been match, match, match. Nothing really important has come up. The only major important things that have come up were some of my under-19s have been called up to the Spanish squad for the under-20s World Cup, like Victor Garay, Lorenzo Gallego, Iñaki Garcia, Carlos Miranda, just to name a few. I think there's 1 or 2 more, but yeah, I got 5 players going into the under-20 squad for the World Cup, the under-20s World Cup. That is some good stuff. And if you want to know also who's in the Champions League semifinal, it's a Manchester derby in one semifinal, and it's Tottenham versus Milan on the other side. And it looks like it's going to be an all-English Champions League final. When was the last time that's happened? It's with sad news that I must say that Stéphane Ruffier is going to call it a career at the end of the season. Hey, he's been with us for 6 years, 6 seasons, and a major part of them for 5. And he also helped up tutor Otngana, Kepa for a time, one of my regens, Urko Lopez, who's currently off on loan somewhere else at, I believe he's at Mönchengladbach right now on loan. So yeah, he was a major proponent for this team as the number 1 backstop for 5 years. And it's gonna be a sad time missing him. Especially if I don't bring him back on as a goalkeeping coach, if he's, decent enough as a coach as it is. But Stéphane Ruffier going to be retiring. And as I just mentioned a little while ago, I had 5 players called up to the Under-20s World Cup. I just got 5 more players called up to the Spanish side in the Under-21 Euros. Elche, Roberto and Andres Munoz, Urko Lopez, and Jose Aguilera all going to the national side. I'm just so happy that I'm building up a youth base that's now being recognized by the national team, and hopefully they can continue their development there as well as here on my squad so that they can become prime players for the Bilbao team going forward. This is what happens when you have top-of-the-line youth facilities. But anyway, we got ourselves a final match day as we're just going through everything. It's the final match day of La Liga season. Everyone's playing, and we are going to be at home versus Rayo Vallecano. Now, Barcelona, as I said, were the team that we're chasing. They're facing off against Real Betis. Betis, over the last few seasons, have been a very decent force within Spanish football. They're currently in 6th. They were in Champions League football for the last couple of seasons. So they're not a team to be taken lightly, and I'm sure Barcelona are thinking that. Whereas Rayo could prove to be one of those teams that we trip up against. And I really hope that's not the case. But anyway, we're going back out with the 4-3-3, same formation as last time, same lineup as last time, with the only problem being that Lecque is not fully fit because he picked up a bruised head in training. So I do have Alex Ujia on the bench, potentially as a replacement, but everyone else fully fit, everyone else the same as last time. Why chop and change what isn't broke? So that being said, let's go out there, let's do our business, we need a win, and let's just focus on that. Everything else hopefully will fall into place. So let's go kick off and see what happens. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to throw up the latest scores, and we're obviously, the only one that we're going to have to focus on is the Barcelona-Betis match. So we don't even need to worry about the table. It's just between us and Barcelona. So we're throwing that up, and we're going to watch and monitor closely the Barcelona-Betis match going forward. Like I said, we need to win, and you're kidding me. Oh, I should have known. I should have known that as soon as I throw up the latest scores table, that something was going to happen. I mean, it happened last year. Yeah, it definitely happened last year. But anyway, Lecque coming through to Muniain. We get ourselves a goal. We get ourselves on the board. We're doing our job. But look at that. Within the space of 6 minutes, Barcelona scoring 2 versus Betis. Can it get any more screwy than that? That we need a win and we need Barcelona to lose. And Barcelona's like, nope, we're Barcelona. We're going to come away with a win. Boys. Well, at least we're winning, though. That's all that matters. We're doing our job. And Barcelona get a 3rd. This is basically my hubris for hyping up Betis. That's what it is. Saying that they were a good club, and now they're just getting ransacked by Barcelona. Williams, though, crosses it into Villalibre. That's a great little setup there. Williams into Villalibre, getting his 39th goal of the season. He needs one more for 40. If he gets one more, this will be the 3rd season in a row he gets 40 goals in a season. And like I said, there was a stretch of time where it didn't look like he was going to score again, going 9 goals scoreless. But like I said, he needs one more to get 40 on the season in all competitions. This kid is special. 26 minutes on now, and we're just going in hard on all of these Vallecano players, just coming out with no will to the body, just intercepting, tackling, what have you. Williams, though, to Villalibre, and there's his 40th goal. There's his 40th goal on the season. Brace on the day, 3-0 to the club. It's not even 30 minutes on the clock yet. And like I said, we're doing our job of winning this match, as we should have, but it's Barcelona just being full-on Barcelona and coming away with an absolute dominant performance versus Betis that's going to see them win the title and us come in second. Looking back on the season, yeah, definitely we could have come away with, I don't know, I'm sure we could have come away with a win instead of a draw, or a draw instead of a loss. Lecque inside of Villalibre, there's his hat trick. See, now against these weak teams, Villalibre is scoring. Some great passing, though. Muniain getting himself a nice long ball out to Lecque. Lecque getting himself another assist from that right back position into Villalibre. I mean, you just can't put him any better than that. Either the cross or the shot. And we're still coming out full force versus Rayo. Williams into Villalibre. He can get himself a fourth, but he shoots it directly at the goalkeeper this time. And this kid is trying to make up for all this lost time and all these missed chances. That 9-game stretch where he wasn't scoring. He's trying to make up for all that lost time. But I feel like it's too late at this point in time. At this point in time, though, he's probably trying to go after the Pichichi because he's behind Luis Suarez right now. I believe he's 2 or 3 goals behind Luis Suarez. So, I believe he's just going to try and get as many goals as he can right now to make up for that and win the Pichichi on the last day. We'll have to see after this match if that is the case. Marino getting across into Iñaki Williams. He hits the post, but Leque's right there. Tries to get it back inside. Good save by the keeper. Yeah, this entire season was just a bunch of missed chances. I'm sure we could have won the title this year, but injuries and, like I said, missed opportunities, especially Villalibre not scoring, getting draws where we should have gotten wins, and losses if we could have gotten draws. I think that's what ultimately killed us. And at the end of the day, we got what we wanted, a nice solid 4-0 victory, but we are going to end up 1 point behind Barcelona. But I can't fault the performance of Villalibre getting himself a hat trick on the day. Let's take a look and see. We're definitely going to go over all the stats and whatnot before the end of the episode, so don't worry about that. But yeah, 4-0, but Barcelona regain and retain the La Liga title. Villalibre getting himself 27 goals in 36 league appearances, 41 in 51 in all competitions. Where does that actually put him as far as the top goal scorer in La Liga? Let's take a look at this. Players overview. And that actually puts him top. Like I said, he was behind Luis Suarez going into this final match day, and with those 3 goals, that puts him over Luis Suarez. Asier Villalibre is going to win top Spanish goal scorer and Pichichi for this year. All credit to the boy. He absolutely deserves it. We also get 4.12 million euros for finishing in second place. Champions League is not finished yet, so we're not going to factor in the Champions League money that we're definitely going to get. That's probably going to happen in about a week or so's time. So add on another 12 million to our overall bank balance going forward. But let's just take a look at that. Yep, there it is. Officially, Villalibre wins the Pichichi over Luis Suarez by 2 goals. Also top Spanish goal scorer over Miguel Torres from Rayo. And actually, he had 24 goals. Miguel Torres, 24 goals for Rayo. If he was Basque, I probably would have signed him up, but he's definitely not. So that's very unfortunate there. Top Spanish goalkeeper, actually just top goalkeeper in the league, Bernd Leno over Kepa, bringing Kepa back in. And look at what he does with, I believe, 10 less games. He played in 10 less matches and still second on the Zamora list. You can't get any better than that. That just proves that I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong in getting rid of Kepa, bringing in Stefan Ruffier, because Kepa is a prime talent. And then looking at the La Liga best 11 of the season, we got Villalibre, Muniain, and Leque as starting players, and then Aymeric Laporte and Kepa as substitutes. So 5 players on the best 11, either starting or substitutes. That's prime. That's very, very good, especially when you consider Barcelona and Real Madrid usually have 5 or 6, if not more, every year. So being up there with Barcelona and Real Madrid, that's an honor. Taking a look at the end of season awards, Asier Villalibre, Fans Player of the Season. Of course he is. He's been the Fans Player of the Season for the last 4-5 years at this point in time. Taking a look at goal of the season, Iker Muniain versus Copenhagen way back when in our Champions League group stage. I don't even remember how it looked. So let's take a look, you and I, and see how exactly it got on. Muniain cutting inside, 2 defenders in his face, top of the D, takes a shot into the far post. I'd say that's a good goal of the year. I don't know if that would be the goal of the year, but it's definitely up there as far as goal of the year candidates. Signing of the season, bringing back Kepa in for 13 million euros. I would think so. And then young player of the season, Shabby, even though he didn't do a lot. I believe he got himself a decent amount of assists, 6 goals and 9 assists in the league, 9 and 11 overall competitions, and a 7.10 average rating. Okay, yeah, I can see why he'd be young player of the season. Did very well. Thought it would have been Linton Jr., if not, maybe Eder Vasquez, but hey, all credit to Shabby. And now taking a look at the team stats overall in great detail. Villalibre, of course, 41 goals. He was a one-man wrecking crew, but that didn't mean that he was the only guy scoring goals, as at least half the team scored at least 1 goal. Muniain, the only other player in double digits with 14. Thought it would have been a little higher, but it was basically feed Villa Libre. That's what it was this season. Xavi getting himself 9, as well as Ander Herrera. Iñaki Williams brought in during the winter window. He gets himself 7, not too terribly bad whatsoever. Looking at the total assists, 3 players in double digits, Xavi and Muniain with 11. Lekwe, once again, in that right back position, getting himself 10 assists. He is a great crosser of the ball, can't fault him for that. And then behind him, Marino and Iñaki Williams with both 9 and 8 respectively. And then top average rating, you want to take a guess at who it is? Villa Libre? No, it's Lekwe. Lekwe with a 7.35 overall average rating, with Villa Libre right behind him at a 7.34. Almost got it this year. And then Iñaki Williams, once again, coming in the middle of the season, playing 18 matches with a 7.30 average rating. So overall, not bad whatsoever. I do have to start taking a look at the bottom half of the table, everybody below a 7, and thinking who I should probably get rid of. And I do have a few players in mind. Like John Artenecha, I barely used him at all this season. John Batista, I have 2 strikers in my youth system that I can bring up and can do better than him. Luis Martos and Carlos Miranda, so there really is no reason to keep John Batista around. Ruffier is retiring, so Atangana is going to get some more playtime if I don't also bring up Urco Lopez. And then I got to start thinking about Javi Martinez, excuse me. He's getting old, and if you take a look at his polygon, he's losing a lot of speed. 4 acceleration, 5 pace. I do have him on for 1 more year, but I got to think that I'm sure there's some teams in China. If I want China to come after any of my players, come after Javi Martinez, please. I don't need him anymore. It's something I got to think about for the off-season. There's definitely going to be some squad shakeups, some definite sellings going on, so don't you worry, little head. We'll be back next episode with a full transfer window of exactly who's going to be brought in, as well as I don't think it's the Supercopa. No, we don't have the Supercopa because we didn't win anything this year. Disappointment. But we'll be back with the start of La Liga as well as the transfer window of the summer, so don't you worry. Actually, we might as well do it at the end of the transfer window. But as far as this episode goes, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please go and drop it a like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And if you want to leave a comment below on what you thought about this episode, the season, the series as a whole, please go and leave in the comment box below. I appreciate every single comment. And anyway, guys, this is Gendo, and I forgot what to say. See you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.